Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Shoot Fish Life. Today we're going to look at this Emotion Stealth Pro Angler kayak. This kayak's new for 2017. I picked it up just a few weeks ago. I've tried to take it out every opportunity that I could and try it in every possible way so that I could do a good review for you guys. I will say the minute I put this kayak on the water, I fell in love. Most stable kayak I've owned, most comfortable I've owned. This thing has all day comfort. We fished from 5 in the morning till 9 at night, and I never got tired, sore, or anything. Let's just jump right into the cons of this kayak. First thing that I noticed when I first went out, I was leaning to the side and the seat popped and fell down. The frame is just a little bit small for the actual width of the kayak, and you could add a couple washers in there. That's what I'm going to do so that it'll stay more centered and not have to worry about this again. I just haven't done that yet. Con number 2 is that the dry storage, in quotation marks, is not superbly dry. You know, every time I went out, there's a tiny bit of water in there. And last week, it was really windy, really choppy water. And I opened it up when I got home, and there was, half a gallon of water or so in there. I believe most of this water is coming in through where the shock cord is to hold your paddle on. That's the only place I can really find a hole that's not sealed or protected in any way. That's about all the cons for this kayak that I found so far. Other than, it's not the fastest kayak out there, but with it being a fishing kayak and you can stand in it, you can't expect it to be fast. It's plenty fast for trolling, for getting from one end to the other of the lake. I haven't felt, really slow in it or anything. My field and stream might have been just a hair faster, and it may have been just that you sit closer to the water so you feel faster. Next, we'll just talk about comfort. This is the most comfortable kayak I've been in. I haven't been in too many nicer ones, but this one has taken the cake. The high back seat, the lawn chair style. I haven't used it in the lower position because I haven't felt a need to. It feels stable and everything in the high position, and it's more comfortable, I'm sure. Also, I keep a few things underneath my seat that I would have normally put in the hatch by my legs to keep things semi-dry and all that. So I just bought a waterproof case for my GoPro batteries and my cell phone and my keys, and I can get to them a lot easier. You can stand up and stretch whenever you feel like you need to, and that'll help you from your legs and back and all that getting sore. So that'll lead us into stability. On the ground stability, I've never felt like I was going to tip over. I actually tried to get in a little bit of fast moving water just to see what it'd do, and it whipped me around really fast, and I thought for sure I was going over, but the kayak just stayed upright. Swamped it a little bit, but all the water just went out the scupper holes. The first day I got the kayak, I wanted to stand up in it, see what it felt like. It was awesome. We were trying for bass. And to be able to stand and watch what you're doing and see them and all that stuff, that was great. Tried fly fishing in it, never had any issues other than the fish weren't cooperating. And same with bow fishing, never felt unstable or anything. I just have never bow fished before, so I was shooting over them like most beginner bow fishermen do. I've only tried standing, leaving the seat down, standing up right there. They have some foam support inside of the kayak that's supposed to help, keep it stable and keep it from warping. I haven't tried flipping the seat up out of the way and standing in that spot, which I've heard in other kayaks that's a better spot to stand in. I've had my kid sit up front with me in the kayak. He's been leaning over the sides and everything, and I never felt unstable even with him shifting his weight, which isn't a lot of weight, but it's some. When he caught his first fish, he was in my wife's kayak, and I guess he kind of freaked out because he didn't know what was going on, and he about tipped him over because it's not as stable as this one. One of the comments I seen in another forum was that you could have got a Vibe for about the same price, and it looks like a nicer kayak. It comes with a couple other things. Well, that's just fine and dandy, but it wouldn't be the same price for me because this kayak was local, so I didn't have to pay shipping. And also, I wanted something that didn't have anything in the middle so that when I get my pedal kayak, my wife can take this kayak and she can have my son sit up front with her without feeling unstable or anything, where if you got the Vibe that's got a nice center console, he wouldn't be able to do that. There is a couple little divots in the kayak that looks like maybe in the future they're going to have something that you can add to have a center console. I do know the front one is holding the foam kind of in place, and maybe that's what the back ones are doing as well, but it almost looks like it was intended that you'd be able to snap in a center console. If you're looking at this kayak and you already have a paddle, you might want to look at getting a bigger paddle. I have a 230, and it seems like it could be just a little bit longer with the extra width of this kayak and where you sit a little bit taller. So the little bit of customization I've done to this kayak so far was just get some quick attach Scotty mounts so that you can put your poles up in front of you for trolling. I usually do troll, especially at lakes that have trout. I've been trying bass and tiger muskies and all that stuff, and I haven't been trolling for those, and that's where the standing up features come in handy. If you're going to use the Scotty rails a lot, I probably would upgrade them to metal, at least the sections you're going to use. I have had one set pop out already, and whether that was user error or just the design of plastic on plastic, I'm not sure. They do flop a lot. I wouldn't put a downrigger or anything in those. I would add a new mount for something like that, and that's what I plan to do in the future. I haven't added a fish finder yet because I haven't decided how I want to. I believe there's a little square spot right by your feet that you could attach a mount, so I might attach it there and then put the transducer. There's two little holes in the back where you could add a rudder. They don't have this option yet. I don't know if it's universal or anything, but I might just build a bracket to add the transducer onto that. This kayak has plenty of storage space, more than the other kayaks that I've had. I could put a box, my tackle bag, wheels, all in the back. I've got room under the seat, behind the seat, room by my feet. The only minus in storage I would say is that the dry hatch is just a little bit small. I've tried putting a couple rods in there just to see how they fit, but between the hatch being just a little bit small and that styrofoam in there, it's kind of hard to get the poles in and out. Bends them pretty good, so I just refrain from putting them in there. I hope this review wasn't too bad. I've tried to go over most things that I believe you would want to know. The other things you would want to know, you can look up online or the other videos. I'll leave a link in the description for this kayak. If this helped you, give me a like. If you have any questions or comments or anything, put those in the comment section. And hopefully you'd subscribe and see new upcoming adventures. Thanks again, guys, and hope this wasn't too horrible.